Hi everyone, Sailor Moon here, and Sailor Pluto, Sailor Underworld here. And today we're going to talk about, about getting a new Reckoner. Now, a lot of folks out there would ask us, Dayton, why did you get a new Reckoner for? Alright, so the Reckoner we have is a AM. And very few folks either know who AM is, or if they even are well known enough, but I guess they make Reckoners. So the Reckoner they made, that we got back in 2023 YL, could not meet the standard for 23H2 or 24H2 or hell, not even 25H2. Now I know a lot of a lot of folks are going to say it is what it is. Now this new Reckoner that we got is made by Intel. I know Intel makes Reckoners, believe it or not, they do. And this Intel Reckoner has SMALLSOFT Windows 11. We don't know what we don't know what update make. We're guessing it'd be 24H2, or it could be 25H2, depending to when this Reckoner was made. We're getting it on Tuesday, so all the work it goes into getting a Reckoner. First, you got to get it out of the box. Then you got to set it up. Then you got to mic it up. Then you got to go through and set up the speech, the time zone, what land you're in. Then you got to set up what interweb you want. And since now the middle tops only run off wireless interweb, so that would be what that would be. Then after all that's done, then you gotta set up Windows itself, and then after that, then you gotta log into Windows with your SMALLSOFT, InnerWire and StepWord. And also, I'd make a pin, and it would be the same pin I made on 10, made on 11. So off the grounds that the StepWord or the don't work, or at least I'll make a pin, and I'll make it the same pin I did before. And hopefully all the website logins, hopefully they shift over. Some do, some don't. Some you still got to have, some you got to put in yourself. Like we know we got to put X back in and its things. And all the Euro logins is InnerWire and PIN. with step key. So, and then after that, I don't know if that would mean that the Netflix login or the Disney More Hulu HBO Max login or the Peacock login or Paramount More login would all shift over or not. I don't know if the SMALLSOFT login would shift over or not. Then after that, you gotta put speakers in, because even though it does have its own speakers, some kind of downside to Bluetooth is that every time the Reckoner goes to sleep, the speakers shift off. So you got to set up your outside speakers so it knows the outside speakers and runs them instead of that. Because if you do, every time it goes to sleep, it's going to be hush. So we got to do that. And then we have to send updates in, because there will be updates. SMALLSOFT will send updates for at least that update make of Windows 11, which I guess on our new Reckoners will be 24H2 or 25H2. I don't know. It depends has to do when this Reckoner was made. But I would guess that if our Reckoner is made good enough, then most likely it'll take on 25H2, and that becomes a thing for everyone, if it isn't already a thing for everyone. You're right, Sailor Moon. And some folks out there most likely would say, well, you already made a film talking about this earlier. Well, we did, but we may have left some things out. Now, some folks out there might say that, oh, well, board tops, the middle tops don't work as well as board tops, and they don't last as long. Well, our mother had one, Zeus or whatever, Izace or however you say it, and that lasted for 10 years. So I don't want to hear about how small, how middle, how middle top reckoners don't last as long as board top reckoners. And the last time that I had any mishap with any reckoner, and that was 10 years ago too. So we should get them by sometime Tuesday, and then have a fun time setting them all up, you know. Sorry for that burp. And that's how that will go. And I guess we'll see how the web shooter runs on it, how the small speaker inside that web shooter, you know, films like. Because we might make a film on this fairway from that one just to see how it is. But we won't know until that day of how everything goes, you know. And yes, it's true in the past that we did have some middle top reckoners, and they didn't really work all that well. Fuck, I got shit on my glasses. Well, first off, we had a Google Chromebook, my mistake, and it was too slow. And then we had the Acer, and it was fucked up from the beginning. So hopefully this time around it will work out. All right. So anyway, it is what it is. And you're right about all of that stuff, Sailor Moon. And I know the next film that we're going to make is going to be giving our thoughts on the Great Vinlander Bash, which I guess will start at 3 and around 5-ish in the evening, I would guess. WWE doesn't never really give you an end time for their yield shows. They'll give you a beginning time, but they will never give you an end time. So look forward to that film when we make that. And give this film a like, share, and playlist it, and we'll see you later.